How are you getting on today, folks? How are you all doing? Welcome back to another video from Courtney Brothers. Today's video is the last day of, it's on the last day of February, which is also the last day the McConnell flailhead will be on the digger. Last job, last field, last everything. So yeah, hedge cutting ban kicks in from 12 o'clock tonight. But don't get me wrong, I'm not going to be cutting till 12 o'clock tonight. Well, I sincerely hope I'm not anyways. Yeah, so last job here, nice flail work, job we do regularly. Ground conditions are mediocre. We're doing a bitting rooting at the gaps because they're just a bit sticky where those sheep, and we're bringing a bit of muck with us. But look, overall we're not doing serious damage or harm or anything. So that's what we're at. We've hedges. Can you see the nice straight edges on the top back there? You should be able to. Farmer's working there himself as well. He's a nice case digger. He's doing a bit of land work. So yeah, nice field here on a bit of a hill. It's fine for working on. It's a bit it is greasy, but it's fine. It's nothing major. So I'll clamp up the camera here and get back to cutting hedges. I thought I had the camera paused, but I didn't. So yeah, working away, last job. Again, yeah, McConnell is on again. That's what I've had on all week. There was no need for the mulcher. Now, in saying that, I did do a bit of work the other day now, and I finished it this morning. It's not on the video, but it was heavy, too heavy for this ideally, but it wasn't worth my while going back, going home, getting the mulcher and putting it back on, and then switching it back to this. Look, the Flail Tech mulcher would work away 100% at this, and a lot of people might think I'm mad for having the two implements, having a flail and a mulcher, but I just find this so much neater. It's just lighter and a bit neater for the flail work, and you can fairly horse through it as well, like when you're in the right condition. This is just briars and brash and brambles and that, so you just mow through it no matter what you have. As I said before, if I didn't have the McConnell, or if I had sold it when I had bought the Flail Tech, so be it. I just used the Flail Tech mulcher for everything, but I held on to it, and I do intend keeping this, or if I might possibly change this, upgrade it for a new one, maybe next hedge cutting season. We'll see how we're going, but I might not either. It's running smooth as could be. I was doing that heavier stuff earlier, and I broke two flails doing it. So, but that was the simple reason. I didn't break the flails themselves. I actually lost both of the flails. It just breaks the bolts. I suppose the bolts are getting fatigued. It's probably due a full set of flails, really and truly. Flails, bolts and bushings. It's just when you do that bit of heavier work, it intends to break the bolts, because it's just the bolts get the brunt of the bang. I'm not sure if you prefer looking at me or looking out the window, but I suppose we'll mix it around a bit. You might be getting sick of these digger featured videos, as I've said already in another video. But yeah, there'll be a nice change coming up now. Well, hedge cutting is going to be finished today, so this is going to be the last hedge cutting video till possibly September. So we're just, it's nice. The deadline can be frustrating for people who want to get the work done, but I suppose the way my routine changes so much with the work we do, in one sense kind of suits me. Don't get me wrong, I would like another week at it, especially the fact that the weather has been bad and it's dry. It's raining here now, but it is to dry up a bit next week. I'd just like to get to those few customers that was probably hoping to see me, but between the weather just being bad and us being busy, I suppose it's just hard enough to get around to it all. But to be totally honest, just weather being bad and people not mad eager to let me in to do the work is the main reason why why the work will be undone. And like, I think everyone hedge cutting is going to know that. But look, September isn't that awfully far away, and so the jobs roll on. From the first year I went hedge cutting, there has been jobs that rolled on. Even where I'm working now, he wants me back in September again, because there's reseeded land the other side, and it's too fresh, I'll be doing damage if I go in there today. So he'll want me back in September. There's a neighbour out just across the way that wants me back in September. That's how the hedge cutting goes. And often like that, you go into a village or that, and you might expect to be in there for a day, and you could be in there for a week, which is ideal. Because even I moved, was it Monday or Tuesday? I moved Monday, I think, maybe Tuesday. I moved, and with my third person, and I haven't loaded the digger since. So it's nice just to go from one to the other, and we're working local as well, so it's ideal. Back to the ban. Why is there a ban? And it's frustrating for some people, the whole calendar farming thing again. Ban is brought in for nature reasons, because birds start nesting the 1st of March. That is when the crows start nesting. They reckon that's the first spring. I know there's different arguments saying February is the first spring, but kind of the 1st of March is what I call the first of spring. That's when you really see the life coming around this. But the birds start their nesting the 1st of March. But the old timers say, unless it's on a Sunday, and tomorrow is 1st of March, Sunday, and so it'll be interesting to see if we see any crows building their nests. There'll be the odd crow giving out about me because I might have taken their home from last year. But again, we're the west of Ireland, there's plenty of other trees for them. I can see hundreds, I don't know if crows nest in forestry or not, but I can see hundreds of acres of forestry around me. But if I do a 360 view from where I am, the camera probably won't see it, but I'm looking at one plot of forestry that's about 120 acres right in front of me. But I'm not sure what sort of nesting was on there or not, but point of making, plenty of trees still left. And they'll actually be glad of us, because they have heaps of little branches and brash and all that now for gathering up after we cutting the hedges here. So they'll be giving out to us on one side, and they'll be praising us on the other maybe. But yeah, that's why the ban is brought in. It's into the 1st of September. I'm not sure how long the ban is in since I started hedge cutting about 6 years ago. I think it is. Pretty sure it's 6 or 7, maybe 8 years in. And it could be longer. Someone wants to enlighten us in the comments. They can let us know. But yeah, look, it has been a wet hedge cutting season, and we didn't really get any long spell of frost either, because the frost is just for ground conditions, like it dries out the ground, let you travel, especially with a tractor. We didn't get a long prolonged spell of frost this year. Like, we've got our days, but nothing in comparison to some other years. But it's only what, today's the 28th of February, and of course it's the shortest month of the year then when the deadline comes in. If we got those extra 3 days, but sure, look, no matter what, we'll be always down to the last day anyways, I think, at this kind of work. Into a bit of soft ground here. Maybe I should get out. It was just a bit of ground that has been tossed around a bit with the digger. But yeah, it's the shortest month of the year the hedge man comes in, but look, so be it. We'll always be down to the last day, I think, regardless. I got a motor on here. I'll be on nicer hedges now, back up at the top again, and we'll tune in with you then again when we're up there. The only job is kind of going too good Saturday evening. We're like, yeah, going grand now, another hour or two will do me here now, or well, probably 3 or 4 hours here, but and then it's going grand, next thing, cling. That's it. It was a ball of wire that was left in the ditch, and I was just finished in the corner. I was literally just rubbing the hedge cutter in the corner to get out, and it just jammed it dead solid. So God help me now for the next 10 minutes. But I'll get it out. Should have the battery grinder in the Jeep really and truly, because you just zip a line down there, a lot of come out. But sometimes you can be surprised how you get it going. And what happens there is when it goes in up there, if it gets caught down here, you're not too bad. When it goes in up there, it wedges itself solid between the bearing housing and the rotor. Not great for the edge cutter, but this has happened 100 times, so I'm sure she'll go another time. So anyways, I'm going to get snipping away here. We're back in business again. Got the wire off. Bit of a battle. It's sick when it goes in there in that spot, because as I said, it just wedges itself in there, and there's kind of wire guards on that, but they're not really good enough. The wire still gets in between the rotor and the bearing house. It gets right in there, and with a ball of wire like that, it'll just blocks it up solid, like just jams it dead tight. So there was a bit of grinding. Work for here, came down with a battery grinder and that, so we got it out, got going again. Doing this hedge here now, nice one. It's hedge alongside a ditch. Yeah, ground is not too bad, workable. I wouldn't like to be going in newly reseeded ground or anything. But yeah, I wouldn't like going in newly reseeded ground too much now or anything like that, or even ground where those sheep for the winter, those sheep here now, and it just makes that bit greasy. With all the walking they do and all that. Bit of grass cover, you're not too bad, but so yeah, overall it was a good, busy hedge cutting season for us. Like, don't get me wrong, we're not cutting hedges every day. There is contractors out there that probably are, like, between mulching and taking down trees and that, like, that are at it every single day. We're not at that. We're not, I suppose, really and truly, overall, we're not big contractors in any aspect or anything that we do. Overall, we're busy working every day, but you know, you have other contractors that just, let's say hedge cutting contract, for example, while we're on the topic, that are hedge cutting every single day, and they might have contracts for doing with different crowds, be with the council on the roads. Maybe it could be like with, I know a lad that's with Aircom doing it and that. So, but we're not, we don't do any contract work, just farmers work, and at the moment it works for now. I'm pretty happy at it. It was originally bought to fill in a gap. That's why we bought the saw and the flail head. Fill in a gap between the, I suppose, the slurry and the bale and all that, and the turf. So, but now it actually, you know, it is, to be fair, a pretty important part of our business now. Is we do a nice bit of it. We have regular work every year. I could really probably do getting someone else trained up, so it's not down to me. Now, if the pressure was on, I had a neighbour there that was, I had him on it a few days, probably done a week's work or more, a week or 10 days work maybe on it. So that was getting him trained up, which is great. But just so every job isn't dependent on me, basically, so I can freelance a bit. Where I'm here now, this is straightforward hedge cutting. Hedges cut every year, as I said, or every couple of years. It's easy to do them. You can see the line, the top of them, and it's nice going. So straightforward work, I'd class it now, for especially someone that'll be getting into the job. That you have your guidelines. I'm cutting it maybe like an inch above where it was cut the last time, just above the flails. I don't know if you can see that thicker stump. I would have cut this with a saw about 7 years ago, I'd say now, the first year I had it, and I've flailed it then since. So we're probably keeping a couple inches above our saw mark, because there's no point going down rooting against, like tearing into the bark every year. We cut them down that time, and this hedge is actually thickened up lovely. It is filled out mighty. It was gone very bony, and it was all up the top. So just keep back a bit. No need to be butchering them, and no need to be going hard in your hedge cutter. Some hedges they need a bit of it, but not these ones. Yeah, so I'll turn the camera around. You might rather looking at me. Oh, I doubt it. Yeah, so good overall hedge cutting season. Weather could be better, blah blah blah. I'm not going into the whole weather thing again. For next season, I was going to say next year, but the hedge cutting season will be opened up again the 1st of September, hopefully. Am I going to make any changes? I don't know. I have said it a long time that I wouldn't buy a tractor hedge cutter. Now, like even an older one on the and just stick it on one of the Dietz tractors for the winter. Just put it on and leave it on for the winter. Just an older basic one. It's not that I want a heap of tractor hedge cutting work. I'm happy with the run of work we have, but it's just as bits I do roadsides and stuff like that is tractor work. And I'm doing the jobs, I'm in the place doing the land work, so I suppose ideally the farmer just wants me to do the complete job, and like that when I'm in it I like to do the complete job. But a tractor hedge cutter would be definitely handy. Might only do 2 weeks work in the year, but it would be handy. I wouldn't plan on investing big money in one or buying a new one. Definitely not. As I said, I don't want to. It's not that I want to go down that road of taking on a big load of hedge cutting. Just more useful tool for the work we do. Not spend big money on one. Buy one at the same time that is in reasonably good condition. Possibly it'd be what's in the head at the moment for the 26-27 hedge cutting season. So yeah, that's it. I used the job I was at earlier on now, before I came here, was along a roadside. it's a private road, it's a tar road. I done some out from the field and some out on the road, and that flail topper we have, I'm going to put that on. It's only grass, so I can cut it probably Monday now. I was hoping to get to this evening, but I have another hour or two here, so that won't be happening. So I'm going to cut the little verge along it probably Monday morning, and that job will be done. But if it was a tractor hedge cutter, I'd have it, or if I had one, I would have it done done without the digger at all. Just stay on the road. I don't really like being out on the road with the digger. It's not nice. There's times where you have to be, or even just to get into jobs, like you have to maybe unload the road now, but it's not ideal. Might bring a muck on the road, you have to go sweeping up, cars come on you. It's hard getting out of the way in that, but look, by no means would I go hedge cutting out on main roads with the digger, but just the odd little private road or small roads, I do the odd few bits and pieces. But so yeah, so we'll see how that works out. If you know any nice hedge cutter, you might have a nice hedge cutter, thinking about selling it later on in the year, that keep me in mind, but I'm sure I'll mention in a video coming closer to it again, closer to the time. Our Flail Tech mulcher, very happy with that. That I'll be keeping that, I won't be changing it. Flails, will it need a set of flails? I don't think so. I might get away with sharpening them again. They might get another season out of them. I'm going to have new ones there. I got like 6 spare ones with it, so I'm going to I'll just compare, put one of them up to it. I have not changed. I've not spent €1 on the Flail Tech mulcher since I bought it. Not as much as a belt or nothing. I keep the belts tight, which is the secret. They slipped on me one day, tighten them up, and ever since I do keep a good eye on them. And if the belt is right and tight and not being abused and running in line, it should last a long time. So yeah, as I said, having the Euro spin it, very happy with that. As it definitely has its job, and it's a standout machine when you're using it. Great heavy piece of kit, and it'll take down quite big stuff. 3 shares, be holding on to that. That's still perfect condition. The saw head, we rebuilt it. It's actually at home in the yard. I haven't put it on the digger since we rebuilt it. So I've gone 2 years now without using that. A man contacted me over the Christmas, wondered would I sell it. At the time we had a strip putting the bearings in it, and I said I'd get back to him, which I haven't got back to him when I'd have it back together. But look, the season is out now. I still think I'm going to keep it, because if it's funny, this job, you might use one gadget for a year. I bought for example, I bought a rake bucket for this digger, or for the Hitachi, a year and a half ago, and I used it I had it with me for about 5 weeks and used it quite a bit, and I was like, this is the best thing. It's a lovely 6-foot rake bucket for doing lawns and putting back topsoil and that, and I used it up to then. It's taken off and it's left in the yard now. I'm not going to sell it, because work could come up again where it's very useful. I have jobs with lawns and all that to do over the summer, so that'll be the #1 go-to bucket for that work. So that's just an example of, just because something might be left there in the corner for a while, it doesn't mean that it's not going to be used again. You know, you might be looking at it and say, oh, that's getting rusty there, and just thrown aside. We don't need that, get rid of it. But no, I don't look at it that way. I'd rather keep something, unless if I'm not paying payments or it's costing me big money, or I definitely know I'm not going to use it again. I'll hold it until the time where a job might come up first. Get up to the last bit of this hedge, and we will finish out the season. Can you see that big checker flag waving down there, just at the gate? Because I can. That is our finish line. Almost done. Another 15 minutes will get me down there. Yes, we are making a mess here. We're making a mess. There's no point saying we're not. I need to get out, stop using the habit of saying we when it's just myself. But making a mess, but I think it's pretty adamant to get this hedge cut. We're leaving the reseeded ground. Look, if that got rain, it would look an awful lot better. It would just wash away the blackness, but I'm not asking for rain, don't get me wrong. Yeah, so almost wrapped up. I'll stick it on time lapse here just for the sake of it, to finish it out. And yeah, 2025-26 campaign almost done. Almost there, almost there. And this is the sort of a hedge that the McConnell flailhead absolutely loves. Hawthorn that's been cut regularly, you just hear it crunching through it. It loves it. Absolutely loves it. Sun is kind of blinding me, but it's not too bad. It's just going down. You kind of, when you're hedge cutting, you want to work with the sun. Don't be going against it, because it is only torture on yourself. last bit is taking forever, it feels like it is. Oh, keep back from it, Patrick. And there you have it. Done and dusted. Hedge cutting season over and out at, I thought I'd have the lights on, 5:30 on the button on the last day, so couldn't write it any better than that. Yeah, there you have it. Another successful season over and out. I didn't break a windscreen this year, broke one last year and the year before, last year anyway, definitely. Everything went well, didn't spend a penny, bar about 10 or 12 flails on this flail head. That's kind of the standard, but no maintenance otherwise than that. Everything went pretty good. New Volvo absolutely loves the flail head. That bit less demanding on oil, and you just have way more power in your movements then. And also, I don't know if you noticed the range change on the speed of it there. It's all, you can hear the humming. It's like up and down, up, down. That is because I still need to get this digger set up better. Like I'm cutting probably at the same pace I would be anyways, but I'm cutting quicker than I used to cut with the Hitachi, and that had the two pumps combined. But this, I need to get the two pumps combined for next season. I just never got around to it, and she will be an absolute beauty. And your mulcher and flail head then be going way more consistent pace rather than up down, up down. But yeah, Volvo on the hedge cutter, 10 out of 10. Yeah, couldn't not fault it. Beautiful machine, loads of power, loads of go on it, good reach, happy days. But anyways, that's it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it, because I enjoyed making it. No one was getting another kind of a campaign done and dusted. Next big one, slurry. Next big one after that, the bog. And we'll have plenty of digging jobs in between as well. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we shall catch you on the next one. Cheers for watching and good luck.